told you. Yeah. All right, here we go. The recording is active. Welcome back, everybody. I'm back again with our teacher, Curt Soloff. Hey, Curt.
Vizier, what's going on?
So we've been playing a lot of monster hands recently. You just told me that you came across an interesting and fun monster hand at the end of last year in the regionals.
Yeah, it was a regional tournament in Kansas City, and apparently this is the tournament to attend for Monster Hands because it feels like every year I play at the Kansas City Regional. At some point, I am dealt a monster hand. This is one that actually came up the very first day that I played, first day of the tournament.
I feel like that could be a tagline for, it'll get folks in the door. And then when folks realize, wait a second. All right. A tournament for Monster Hands. Let's pull it up and we'll let you guide us through this hand. Let us know what to be thinking about. And here we go. All right. You see that okay?
All right. So you are the dealer, and you may not think from the look of this hand, which is uh, fairly ordinary looking, you may not realize what path you are about to go down here,
What's in
because
store
I,
for
I
us?
suspect you're probably not even going to open the bidding with this hand, are you?
Well, I love that club suit, but I don't like playing in clubs. Can I pass?
You can pass. Yeah, it's close. This might be an opening hand for some. It's a pretty good 11 count, but
Yeah.
if you follow a more disciplined opening style, you're probably passing.
Maybe if we're in the second or third seat, definitely fourth seat, do something. But um, I don't know. I'd still bid, but let's pass here and see what happens.
All right, and what you will find out is that your partner actually has a big hand.
Woo!
How about that?
You warned us. All
Now,
right.
even at this point, there are probably a couple of different things that you could do.
Yeah.
You might even be thinking about giving a positive response in the club suit here.
And just to be clear, the express nothing bid right here, 2 diamonds. That doesn't tell partner anything, but we have more than nothing. We might want to express something with a different bid.
Yeah, I think either is reasonable here. I think if you talk to a lot of different expert players, they might have different thoughts
Mm,
about what your best bid is. If you like your club suit enough, you could bid three clubs directly,
hmm
as a suit positive, as we often call it.
mm,
I wouldn't say that it is a hard and fast rule. If I have a minor suit that I'm giving a positive in, I kind of prefer this to be a six card suit.
mm.
So I'm probably more inclined to go ahead and make the two diamond waiting bid and let that big hand, which can be so many different hand types, let that
hmm
hand be the one to describe first.
Okay, we know the auction isn't going to peter out soon. So, just a quick question. That guideline for us learners might be helpful. Do you generally recommend, say it was this suit, but a major, a heart, five good hearts or five good spades? Maybe there we would give.
Yeah, a good five card major. I am more inclined to show right away than
Okay.
a five card minor. That is absolutely true.
Or
But,
if
but
we have a
these are
good
these
six
are
card
matters of
minor,
style.
but otherwise, no harm in sending it back to partner, seeing what partner wants to tell us.
Yeah.
Cool. All
All
right.
right. And so let's say that your partner let's say your partner does this. Is this a
Hmm.
bid you've talked about?
Tell us what is that telling us? I'm guessing strength and hearts, but am I wrong? Is there?
Yeah,
What else?
obviously we're in a forcing auction, so the opener could bid just two hearts. If we jump, it should have a very specific meaning. And the typical meaning here would be partner, I have a self sufficient suit. It's probably
Mm,
at least a six, more
mm,
likely a seven card or longer,
mm.
probably a solid suit. And it tends to say, this is Trump, partner. Please show me a control if you have any desire at all to cooperate with a slam try.
Cool. So at the 2 level, it's still leaving some room for some conversation. Maybe we might choose a different trump suit. To go to the 3 level after a 2 club opening, you're really letting partner know this is what we're going to want to be in. I can cover it, but what else do you have? Can you chip in anywhere?
Yes.
Cool. And we definitely can chip in. I mean, our hand's looking better and better too.
So, what would you be inclined to show here?
All right. Well, I guess my question is, and I'd love to hear what the viewers think here. Do we want to show our heart support first, or do we want to let partner know about our good club suit?
So, if you bid a new suit, it would typically be taken as a control in support of a probable heart contract. If I'm jumping to three hearts here,
Yeah.
I'm essentially saying, hey, my suit's good enough that this can be trump even opposite a small singleton in your hand
Right.
or something like that,
Right.
possibly even opposite a void. I may
Yeah.
need no help from you.
Right.
So, yeah, we're not necessarily, if we bid a new suit, it should be a control and support of hearts rather than suggesting a different strain where we would play the contract.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into matters of your control bidding style.
Mm.
So you've got an ace and a king over there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could show your ace of diamonds. You could show your king of clubs. We sometimes see a king shown before an ace because it's the cheapest available bid. Or some people prefer to show first round controls rather than second round controls, and they might bypass a king to show an ace.
Okay. So that would be partnership agreement. Make sure you and your partner are on the same page there. Do we need to think about, we're not bidding spades, so we're letting partner know we don't have something in spades. If we bid to show our ace of diamonds that we can control there, are we saying we can't control the clubs, or are
Yeah,
we?
and that's exactly what you're addressing with your style.
Okay.
Yeah, some people would play that if you show a club control, you are specifically denying a spade control.
Okay.
If you show a diamond control, you're denying a spade or a club control, which could be shown with a cheaper bid, right?
Mm,
That's often referred to as the Italian style
mm.
of control bidding. And it is certainly favored by a number of top level players. I tend to control bid that way in most of my partnerships.
Okay, that's helpful. Now, what about those 3 hearts that we do have? Is now the time to make sure partner knows? I mean, that 10 and the 9 is pretty nice too.
Yeah, I would say just a bonus, right?
Okay,
We essentially have had a Trump setting bid here,
right.
so we can proceed whether you explicitly support hearts or not.
Mm,
And look, this auction, and
right.
maybe we want to roll this back. We don't necessarily have to have this exact auction, right?
Hmm,
We could actually come back here, and what if I were to only bid two hearts?
right.
Well,
If we,
now you would want to raise, right?
hmm,
So why don't we go down this path and see how this auction goes? Now here I'm not necessarily indicating a solid suit with extra length, right?
Right. All we know, what, 5 card? We know the hand's really strong, but it could be a 5 card heart suit.
Could be a 5 card heart suit, yes.
Now, here's a question. Because our first bid here was 2 diamonds, not saying anything, if we just show a fit, might partner think, we have a minimal hand with 3 hearts, and could things stop too early?
No, I don't think so, because if you raise to 3 hearts, we are certainly going to game, and we
Right.
might be doing more than that,
So
right?
we'll still have the chance to keep things going, even if we bid 3 hearts, partner bids 4 hearts, we're still not going to stop there. We still will have another chance to make sure to tell partner a bit more about what we have.
Yes, and in fact, if you were to jump to 4 hearts now, that would be a weaker hand with heart support than if you were to bid 3 hearts, right? It's the old, the better your hand is, the more slowly you want to take it so that you can exchange some information.
Say that again, Curt, for the folks in the back. That is so helpful and so clear.
All right. Yes. Important principle of modern bidding: bid less with more.
Mm,
Sometimes you have a fit, but you have absolutely no extras for your bid at all. And you can indicate that by jumping. So if you were to jump to 4 hearts here,
yeah.
you'd be saying, hey, partner, since you have a 2 club opener and we have a fit, I'm happy to be in game, but I want you to know I pretty much have the minimum, right?
That's it.
I
Yeah.
am not interested in slam. You are on your own, and you're going to really need a great hand to think about bidding over game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you raise only to 3 hearts,
Yeah.
that gets us trump agreement, right? Now we agree on the trump suit.
Yeah.
And we still have a full level of exploration between 3 hearts and 4 hearts. And as I like to say, the best slam tries take place below the game level.
Mm.
So
And
now,
and this is the beauty of the 2 club opening. There's no fear here that we still have a lot of time to keep describing our hands back and forth. Let's see where we go.
exactly. So now that we've agreed hearts, where I would start here as the opener is I would show you a spade control and
Hmm.
see if I can get any cooperation from you
So now we're into
about a
control
slam.
bidding. Partner lets us know. Partner has the ace or maybe the king or a singleton in the spades. Is that a correct?
Yeah, could be any of the above. Could be the ace, could be a king, could be shortness.
Okay.
I like as much as I can to bid strength before
Yeah.
I bid shortness.
So if we're using the Italian style, would we then say, all right, we want to tell partner about the clubs finally?
Yeah, so you could start with that. You could show a club control,
Okay.
and it could be, again, it could be ace or king. And then I can do the same here as opener. I could come back and say, show a diamond control.
Wow. And that I mean, everything's just looking rosy.
All right, so at this point, you
Yeah,
are
where do we go from
probably
here, Curt?
well, yeah, you're probably well positioned to go ahead and take control of the auction, and you could ask at this stage. You could ask for key cards,
Okay.
aces, key cards.
Uh-huh.
I usually play some flavor of Roman key card, Blackwood here.
And specifically, what card would we be wondering about? Is that to find out if partner has the ace of spades? I mean, we pretty much, I suppose, ace of spades and ace of clubs, we don't, with so many points, doesn't partner have to have?
It almost seems like part. Yeah, I mean, could the opener? Could we be missing one of the
Uh,
key cards? We could.
we could.
I could have a 2 club opener over here
Right.
that would be missing, say, one of the aces or the king of trump, and of course the queen of trump comes into the
Yeah.
picture as well.
Okay. So no harm in just asking. We And this is Roman key card asking with hearts is our trump suit. Let's see
Yes,
what
with
your
with hearts as trump. So now let's see. I normally play 1430 with most of my partners. So if I give you a response of 5 clubs, that should be 1 or 4 key cards. And
right.
it's got to be 4, right? Otherwise, I've made the world's most
You
disgusting
saw
two
some
clubs
point
of
somewhere.
all
You
time,
saw
right?
right. That was a misclick and misbid, and so
Yeah, so you can now place me with the ace of spades, the ace and king of hearts, and the ace of clubs, right? And you've got the other ace. Now we haven't quite gotten to a 2 club caliber bid, even with those cards, right? I mean, that 3
right.
aces and a king, that is only 15 points. And in theory, I've shown more than that, right?
Yeah, where else could it be? Where else can it be? This
All
hmm,
right. So you would want to find out about the queen of hearts, right?
okay.
So you can do that because when I told you I had 1 or 4 key cards, that response didn't address the queen of trump, right?
Yes. So right. It would seem we could probably guess, but just to be sure, how do we ask for that? Do we with Roman keycard Blackwood? How do we find out? And we have other videos which review all of the Roman keycard Blackwood systems, the responses. Search our channel, or maybe I can include a link below if you'd like a refresher for all of that. But Curt, how can we find out if partner has the Queen of Hearts?
So what you can do is you can bid the next step here, which is 5 diamonds.
And it would
Um,
be the next step, even if partner's response to our 4-no trump was 5 diamonds, we would still bid the next step.
Yeah, that gets a little tricky on that auction with the heart suit because 5 hearts sounds like it could be a sign off,
Hmm.
as if you were missing 2 key cards. But of course, the opener knows that's not the case.
Hmm.
So hopefully, you would still bid on.
Okay.
Yeah, you get into some fancy footwork on that auction. That is a bit of a problem. But some people will play that the opener should bid on in this sequence with holding the queen of trump. So fortunately, it won't be a problem for us here since 5 diamonds is not the trump suit. And then if I have the queen, I normally show a king along the way. If I don't have the queen, then I sign off at 5 hearts because I don't even know if you want to be in a small slam at that stage.
Hmm.
So I don't have any kings to show you, but I do have the queen of hearts. So I'm going to jump to 6 hearts. Now, are you done?
I don't think so. I mean, I think we have all the points.
So at this stage, what we want to do is count tricks.
Hmm. Right. It's not even about the points. We've gone beyond points. But how do we know which tricks to be counting, which tricks to be worried about?
So if I don't have any kings, the, can you envision, what would I have opened 2 clubs on that doesn't have any kings outside of the king of hearts? Seems unlikely, right? I mean, you think, oh, wouldn't I have the king of spades or the king of diamonds? So it looks like I probably have extra heart length. If I have a 6 card heart suit headed by ace, king, queen, the question is, how many tricks do you think you can count looking at your hand? Can you get to 13?
6 right there, 5 more clubs. 2 more diamonds. I mean, and who knows how many spades. We could save some of the tricks for the next hand.
Yeah, I did show you a diamond control, and that probably looked like the king of diamonds. But since I'm not showing you the king of diamonds now, it looks like
Ah,
maybe that was a singleton, right?
I see. Right. Okay.
So,
Mm,
but if I do have a 6 card heart suit, which seems pretty realistic here,
yeah.
and I have the ace of clubs, so it looks like that club suit's coming in. Sure, I suppose something bad could happen in the club suit. Maybe it's splitting poorly, but could we see 6 hearts and 5 clubs, and then the ace of diamonds and the ace of spades?
Right. We have the ace of spades too. Yeah. Stoppers in all the suits.
Yeah, and maybe this takes us back to our original auction too, where we made the jump in
Mm,
hearts to
yeah.
indicate a longer solid suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally when with that first rebid, we talked about possibly using 3 hearts. Maybe that works better on this hand, right?
Aha.
Maybe that makes things easier. That makes you more certain that I have a solid 6 card, 7 card suit, something like that, and a little easier to count your tricks.
Right. But even without that, we can feel pretty. Even with a 5 card heart suit, aren't we going to get there? I guess the king of spades could cause us trouble if we if it is only a 5 card heart suit.
Yeah, I guess worst case scenario. Are you taking a spade finesse? Like if I only had the ace and
Mm,
queen of spades, I
mm,
don't really want to be in a grand slam needing a finesse to work. But
right.
I suppose if you end up there and that's what it
Mm,
takes, then you're 50-50, right?
mm, mm. So we've gotten a little extra information because we know that South could have bid 3 hearts here. Um, we could ask folks without knowing that, what would you do here? Would you? It doesn't. I mean, when is bidding slam playing it safe? You could stop in slam. Would you go for the grand slam? Um, just because we're all just here and it's sitting there, it feels like candy on the table. I mean, let's just bid it. But I'd be interested to hear what folks think. Question for
Yeah.
you, Curt. I mean, why 7 hearts? Can we do 7 no trumps?
Aha! You have beaten me to the punch on the next point. If we have 13 tricks in hearts, shouldn't we have the same 13 tricks in no trump?
Score a little bit higher. Does that does that mean 7 no trumps is the only grand slam anyone should ever bid?
Well, sometimes your 13th trick
Sometimes you rely
might
on.
might you might have to rough a loser or something like
Okay.
that. So yeah, not every time, or you might bid a grand based on in a suit based on a void in your hand or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't say every time, but a lot of times, if you certainly if you have all of the aces, um, and you know that all of your first round controls of all suits are based on aces and not on, say, a void.
Right.
Yeah, in many ways, we might actually say that 7 no trump is safer than
Huh.
7 hearts
Hmm.
because you can't experience some unlikely but freak rough on the opening lead that would defeat
Hmm.
your contract.
Hmm. Right. Mm. So do we do that or do we leave it to partner?
Yeah, as responder, I think it's your call.
Okay, let's go for it.
You have become the captain. You've been asking the questions about key cards, and
My gosh, look at this auction. And the thing about 7 trumps auctions like this, the auctions are so beautiful. Hopefully the hand is really boring.
yeah, if you've had a good auction to a grand slam, hopefully partner is claiming at trick one. In fact, why don't we let you do that right now
Wow.
so
All right.
that everybody
Take a
can
snapshot.
see
Appreciate
all
the
of the
moment.
hands.
Ah, That's
And
fantastic.
indeed, uh, 13 tricks are there off the top.
Mm,
And this is a hand. I actually am not a fan of stretching two club openers. I like to have full values,
mm,
but this is the type of hand that I don't mind. It's 18 high card points, but how many tricks are in this hand? Well, it's got 9 tricks, right? It's got a solid 7 card suit and 2 aces.
yeah,
So when you look at those South cards, one trick from partner is all you need for a game. And
yeah.
anything more than that, and maybe we're thinking about slam, right?
Mm. Poor West. West was, or East, sorry. East was probably excited. That looks like a fun hand to play, defend with. And then the bidding just keeps going. You can't do
Yeah, we
anything.
do. If you're looking at the East cards, I mean, you have 8 points. Do you really think your opponents are going to be bidding a grand slam? I mean,
No.
we do have a 29 point grand slam here, right? This is not what we often think about, but that's why I like to say bidding grand slams is more about counting tricks than counting points quite often.
It's so helpful. Curt, thank you for sharing this really fun hand. Folks watching, please leave any questions, comments, thoughts below. We'll keep an eye on things there. And Curt, we'll have to have you back for another monster hand, or maybe we get back to the wheelhouse of defense hands. We remind folks we also have to do work on that end as
Oh
well.
yeah, all of the above. Work on every element of your game.
As always, just right here, there's a link. You can get more videos, even a sample lesson taught by Curt Soloff. We'd love to welcome you to his class. All are welcome. Thank you, Curt.
Thanks, Bajir.
Bye, all.